Welcome to the Straight to Jail podcast, written and produced by Brian Herring. Chapter 11, Loose Ends. The car hummed quietly as it cut through the darkened streets, leaving Blue Ember and the chaos of the alley far behind. Johnny kept his hands steady on the wheel, eyes fixed on the road, though his thoughts were far from calm. Kyle sat in the passenger seat, still catching his breath, while Tony lounged in the back, looking smug.
All right, so what's next?
Kyle finally asked, breaking the silence. His voice was tired, but laced with curiosity.
Next,
Johnny said evenly.
we tie up loose ends. Morris gave us the paper trail we need, but before we start making moves, we gotta make sure no one's trailing us.
Tony leaned forward, his elbows resting on the back of Johnny's seat.
You think someone spotted us at the club? I mean, I did all the work, so I get it if people notice.
Kyle twisted in his seat to glare at him.
Yeah, you're a real superhero, Tony. Maybe next time you can wear a cape.
Wouldn't hurt.
Tony replied with a grin.
Still, Johnny's got a point. We made noise tonight.
People notice noise.
Johnny nodded.
I don't want anyone connecting us back to Morris or the mess in that alley. That patron and his buddies might have been nobodies, but we can't take chances.
The car slowed as Johnny pulled into an old industrial parking lot, an abandoned spot where rusted shipping containers sat like forgotten giants. He killed the engine, letting the hum fade into an eerie quiet. Kyle squinted out the window.
Why the hell are we here? This place looks like the set of a horror movie.
It's quiet,
Johnny replied, stepping out of the car.
and we need quiet. Grab your guns. We're gonna check for a tail.
Tony and Kyle exchanged glances but followed suit, stepping into the cold night air. Johnny opened the trunk and handed each of them a flashlight. The beams cut through the darkness, illuminating cracked asphalt and scattered debris.
You really think someone followed us?
Kyle asked, scanning the shadows warily.
I don't think. I know.
Johnny said grimly.
The people we're up against aren't amateurs. They won't let Morris disappear without looking for him, or anyone else who might have helped him.
So, what are we looking for exactly?
Tony asked, pipe in hand as he swept his flashlight toward the perimeter.
Anything out of place?
Exclaimed Johnny, his eyes scanning the darkness.
Cars, people, shadows. If someone's watching us, we'll flush them out.
They split up to cover ground. Johnny moved quickly along the edge of the lot, checking behind rusted containers and stacks of pallets. Kyle stayed near the center, muttering curses under his breath as his flashlight flickered. Tony took the far side, moving with surprising quiet for someone who liked to run his mouth. After a few minutes, Kyle's voice broke the silence.
I think it's clear, Johnny. No one's here.
Johnny didn't respond. Something wasn't sitting right with him. He crouched low behind a container, narrowing his eyes as he spotted faint tire tracks in the dirt. Fresh ones.
They're here.
Before he could shout a warning, headlights flared to life at the far end of the lot. A black SUV roared forward, its tires screeching against the pavement. The engine's growl shattered the silence. Johnny barked.
Shit! Take cover.
The SUV skidded to a halt, doors flying open. 4 men spilled out, guns already drawn. Their flashlights scanned the lot like searchlights. Kyle dove behind a stack of pallets, his gun drawn.
Tell me this isn't fucking happening right now.
Tony sprinted toward Johnny, sliding behind a container as bullets whizzed through the air, ricocheting off steel.
Who the hell are these guys?
Morris's friends, no doubt. They're cleaning up.
The men were spreading out, moving methodically through the lot. Johnny peeked around the container and fired 2 quick shots, dropping one of the gunmen. The others ducked and returned fire, the noise deafening in the quiet night. Kyle leaned out from behind his cover and shot wildly, his aim less precise but enough to keep the men pinned down.
We need a way out of here, Johnny.
Johnny gritted his teeth, reloading his Glock.
Tony, you see that crane over there?
He nodded toward an old construction crane parked near the center of the lot, its massive hook dangling above the ground. Tony blinked, his mind racing.
Yeah? And
Think you can rig it to drop?
Tony flashed a grin, understanding dawning in his eyes.
Give me 2 minutes.
We've only got one.
Johnny shot back. Tony took off, sprinting low to avoid gunfire as he made his way toward the crane. Kyle and Johnny kept firing, their shots keeping the gunmen distracted.
What the fuck is he doing?
Kyle yelled over the chaos.
Buying us a way out.
Johnny replied. Tony scrambled up into the crane's cabin, his hands flying over the rusted controls. The machinery groaned in protest, unused for years, but the gears began to grind as the massive hook creaked into position.
Come on.
Tony muttered, sweat dripping down his face. He spotted two of the gunmen creeping toward Johnny and Kyle's position, their weapons raised.
Not today.
With a loud clang, the hook dropped, smashing into the ground just feet away from the gunman. The force of it knocked one of them flat on his back while the other stumbled, disoriented.
Now.
Tony shouted from the crane. Johnny seized the moment, stepping out from cover and firing two clean shots. Both men dropped, their weapons clattering to the ground. Kyle let out a whoop of triumph, firing a parting shot at the retreating SUV as its last remaining occupant scrambled inside and sped off into the night. The lot fell silent once again, save for the creaking of the crane as Tony climbed down, grinning like a kid who just won a game.
Told you I was useful,
Tony said, brushing dust from his jacket. Kyle leaned against a container, panting heavily.
That was insane, man. You dropped a goddamn crane on him.
It worked, didn't it?
Tony shot back, still grinning. Johnny holstered his Glock, his expression unreadable as he looked Tony up and down. Finally, he nodded.
You saved our asses again, Tony. Keep this up and I might actually start trusting you.
Aha.
Tony chuckled.
One step at a time, Johnny. One step at a time.
Johnny turned back toward the car, his voice low but firm.
Let's move. We're not done yet.
As they climbed back into the car and drove away, Kyle muttered, half to himself.
I swear, every time I think this night can't get worse, it does.
From the backseat, Tony shot him a smug look.
And every time, I'm the one who saves your sorry ass.
Kyle groaned, rubbing his temples.
Yeah. Keep talking, hero. You drop one crane and suddenly you're Batman.
Tony leaned back with a satisfied grin.
Hey, if the shoe fits or the crane drops, you should thank me, Kyle. Most people pay big money to see me pull off moves like that.
Johnny smirked faintly, shaking his head as he drove.
You two can bicker later. We've got bigger problems ahead.
Kyle's smirk faltered as reality settled back in.
So what now? Morris gave us the trail, but the people we're after aren't just gonna sit around and wait for us to come knocking.
Johnny's voice dropped, low and determined.
We don't wait either. We move fast, hit hard, and make sure they don't see us coming.
Then let's get to work. Ain't no way we're stopping now. Besides, I'm on a roll. Saving Kyle's life is starting to become my new full-time job.
The car rolled on through the darkness, the faint hum of the engine the only sound as the trio steeled themselves for what lay ahead. Kyle sat with his arms crossed, glaring out the window, clearly irritated with Tony's smug grin in the back seat. Loose ends were being tied, but new ones were already unraveling.